Am I the a-hole for offering my kid's nanny more money and hours so she won't work for my sister-in-law?
Hello, gorgeous! My name is Gia Garcia. If you like all things elegant, subscribe, click the bell, tell all your friends, watch us several thousand times. It's 100% free. I believe in elegance with a personality, not these cookie cutter, you should wear this, you should do that. We're going to look at different scenarios, how to react to them in a way that everybody walks away feeling great. The essence of etiquette is reading the room, making sure people are feeling comfortable, absolutely everyone, and still being gracious and polished at the same time.
My husband and I have 3 kids: 10-month-old female, 4-year-old male, and 10-year-old female. We currently have a nanny, Isabel, 22 female, 3 days a week. I have to say, Isabel is effing amazing. She drives on field trips, does homework with the kids, handles playdates. She's the one adult my 10-year-old likes. She's not dependent on screens, does art projects with the kids. She speaks 10 years old, and she's even teaching them how to cook and bake. They made mini quiches a few weeks ago. That's not easy. Brava! My oldest son is doing state testing right now and wanted a fun activity with her friends. Isabel suggested a spa day and my daughter loved it. I set up a day for my 4-year-old to go home with his grandparents and let Isabel turn our living room into a spa. She picked up my daughter, my niece, and 2 friends, brought them to our house, and did their nails and hair while they laid back and did face masks. I guess my niece was telling her mom how cool Isabel is because my sister-in-law texted Isabel offering a nanny position 4 days a week, matching whatever I pay her, but only for 1 kid. Isabel showed me the text and told me that she will have to think about it because the extra money would be nice. I told her if she promised to stay, next year I'd have her 5 days a week with a $5 per hour raise. Isabel turned my sister-in-law down, saying she had received a better offer, and now she's telling my husband's family that I stole a nanny from her. They're upset that I outbid my sister-in-law and gave Isabel extra money and hours just so my sister-in-law wouldn't get her. My husband said it was petty. Am I the a-hole for offering Isabel a raise and more hours so she doesn't have to work for my sister-in-law? Absolutely not the a-hole. Money talks and everyone has a price. I was watching this movie with my sweetheart and there was this, I think it was cannot talk. Caffeine. I think it was The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio. I found out that he took a month to live in the wilderness, similar to Daniel Day-Lewis where he got pneumonia for the other film. Back to The Revenant, he hated it, and there's an interviewer asking him, it was so difficult for the audience to watch you go through these troubling scenes, to say the least. Then the interviewer asked, was it harder for us to watch it, or was it harder for you to act out those scenes? And he's like, it was harder for me. What are you talking about? This lady is crazy. Who's this interviewer? Get a grip. So I asked my sweetheart, I don't know how much he was paid for the movie, but I said, would you do this for $10 million? He said, yeah, I would easily live in the wilderness for 1 month and struggle in the snow, a blizzard for $10 million. Easy. This woman gave her the best incentive she could. And the only thing that she was worried about, the extra money. And she gave her the right type of incentive too. She said, next year, she's probably going to get a promotion or figure out her finances. And it's probably a couple months till the end of the year. I don't know when this was posted. This was a year ago. So I hope she's getting paid right now. She gave her long-term gains, which is the opposite of instant gratification. That also incentivized her, and she loves this nanny for her kids. Her kids love the nanny too. She's like, she speaks 10-year-old. My 10-year-old doesn't like adults, but this is the one that she likes. She's perfectly in the right. And also her sister-in-law put up a good fight. I'll give you that. Also, it sounds like she's treating her well because she really appreciates her and wants her to be there. I've been in that situation where multiple times where I'm working somewhere and they say, we want to keep you, let's do everything we can to keep you. And especially if you're a nanny, you're probably very much attached to the children, the family, and you like your routine, and you don't know the other kid yet too. The kid could be a nightmare. This was a best case scenario. I think you handled it very well. You are not the a-hole. Your sister-in-law has to realize that at the end of the day, she was trying to poach her in the first place. Who is in the wrong here? And I don't think, the only thing I would be worried about is conflicting schedules. She's gatekeeping this nanny for sure. And I think you have a right to do that, especially if you're the one who went through the efforts of hiring her, looking for her in the first place. And word of mouth, this is just good business. I don't know what the schedule is like. She said 4 days a week. She gave her everything and more. So what? Go get your own nanny. Why do you want to take mine? There are a million people on this earth, and there are so many nannies who need work. and who are willing to give above and beyond, just like this lovely Isabel is. Someone here says, not the a-hole. Every parent knows that a good babysitter or nanny is worth their weight in gold. Your sister-in-law is the a-hole for trying to poach your nanny, and you fighting to keep her should be expected. It's rich that your sister-in-law is accusing you of stealing the nanny when she tried to do the exact same thing. I agree. What's ETA? Like estimated time arrival? Just make sure you follow through with the promise. I agree. And then if your husband has such an issue with it, telling him he's responsible next time you need a nanny or sitter. He can do all the interviewing and contacting references and background checks and negotiations for pay. It's not easy to find a new nanny. Your sister-in-law knows she tried to circumvent the process. I wholeheartedly agree. Why is your husband mad that you're gatekeeping? Those are his kids too. Doesn't he want the best for his children? I would want a wife who fights for, if I was a man, if I was a husband, I would want my wife to fight for everything for our kids. And I would help double down and be like, hey, we have this extra car. You can use this car too. Well, she's driving the kids around, so she doesn't have to worry about the mileage on her car. Everything's taken care of. I would make it so that she doesn't even have to blink. She doesn't have to think. She just, okay, make it easy. And that's just me. But most people's accusations are confessions. Why are you not wanting your kids to have this nanny? What's the husband thinking? Just because family politics? I see a lot of wiener guys like this where they just can't stand up to their family. Or maybe it's possible that he was talking to his sister and his sister said, can you tell her this? And he was just being a messenger and just to keep the peace and be the glue, keep the relationship alive and not have hard feelings. I don't know if he was arguing on his terms, saying, that's right, we shouldn't have our own nanny because we can do it. You're helping pay for the nanny too. You're helping experience a nicer, easier, more convenient life because of this nanny too. What do you have to think about? Anyway, let me know in the comments below what you guys think, because I think this is a weird one that the husband is siding with the wrong people. Also, if you have a nanny, if you have experience with that, the reason why I'm getting into nanny so much is also because I have a few friends who just gave birth and they're dealing with a nanny. They don't speak English, which I think is brilliant because they want their kids to speak Spanish first. The wife is learning Spanish because they want to be able to communicate with the entire family. It makes it harder for people not to poach a nanny to fill that role because they have a very particular Spanish that they're using as well. Something to think about. That's a really good tactic if you want to keep your nanny. If you want more content like this, subscribe, click the bell, tell all your friends, watch this several thousand times. If you want more etiquette and a deeper dive into how to treat people well, strengthen your relationships, personal to yourself with self-respect and professional, visit dixonetiquette.com. It's my etiquette course and I am in the midst of giving it a facelift right now. So get it with the dirt cheap price that it has. Get that locked in and you will have access to the new and improved version as we're working on it. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you later.